Hey there, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuchsa with Foot Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. How you guys doing today? So we had an amazing weekend this weekend working with title agents at the Virginia Land Title Association to help them understand and be able to do exactly what we do with you a couple times a week, where we sit and talk about how to talk to you and to bring information to you that's valuable, that so you can better understand the title part of the process. So I really appreciate you taking the time to tune in today, and I'm so excited that we were able to do the Title Talk seminar in front of probably, I think it was 30 or 40 people, and we dug in and got all kinds of good information going on. So hopefully we'll start seeing a lot of other title agents doing the same thing that we're doing to try to share information with you. And so it was super exciting for me, and I can't wait to get into the next one. So hope you guys are having a fantastic day this morning. Thank you for your time. Hey, Cecilia, how are you this morning? Thanks so much for tuning in. So we're getting close to the time in Southern Maryland and in Virginia, in Maryland and in Virginia, when the property taxes come due. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because when we were working this weekend at the Title Talk workshop, we started talking about, we went around the room and talked about questions, common questions that everybody gets. And one of the really good ones was about property taxes and a couple of different nuances about those property taxes. So let's talk about that first. Now, I will say that in a lot of times when we talk about stuff, it's stuff that you can carry into various different states all across the country. A lot of the terminology and the functionality of the way things work, it happens to be the same across the country, but there's some things that aren't. And when property taxes come due and how they're handled is different in various different jurisdictions. So I'm going to talk today particularly about Maryland and Virginia, and hopefully we'll get some people that tune in that might want to talk to you about other states as well. So in Maryland and Virginia, property taxes are getting ready to come due. They come due on July 1st. Now, a lot of people are confused about that because they know that their property taxes aren't paid till the end of September. And so that sounds a little confusing, like, wow, what do you mean they're due July 1st? Well, they actually come due July 1st, and the first installment, for whatever reason, thank them, the county jurisdictions gives you all of that time from July 1st until September 30th to pay that bill. Now, most of us have that bill taken out of our monthly mortgage payments. The mortgage company holds it in what's called an escrow account, and then they pay that bill out of our mortgage payments. So they take care of it. Some of us, though, do not have that because maybe we don't have a mortgage, maybe we have a very small mortgage, for whatever reason that is. Maybe we have some private financing that doesn't require that. So we actually have to make those payments ourselves. So if you're making that tax payment, that tax payment in Maryland and Virginia comes due July 1st, but you have until September 30th to pay it. So just make sure that gets paid. Where it becomes a little tricky is if you want to do something with that property during the time when those taxes come due. And when I say do something, you want to add someone to the ownership, you want to remove someone from the ownership, you want to sell your property, you want to buy a piece of property, you want to refinance your property, or you want to put on a home equity line. Any of those things, anything you want to do, requires that those items be recorded in the land records. And when they're recorded in the land records, the county recorders will not allow you to record any document without paying any outstanding property taxes. So what that means is if you want to add somebody to the ownership of the property, you got to do it by the end of June. If you want to remove somebody from the property, you got to do it before the end of June, or you just have to pay those property taxes, which eventually are going to come due. But if they're escrowed or held by your mortgage company to be paid, then they won't pay them until September 30th. So you've got to wait then until you take care of doing that. If you're buying, selling, or refinancing, or doing an equity line, it'll be included as part of those closing costs. You're going to have to pay those property taxes, and then let's say you're refinancing, you're going to have to pay those property taxes now, and then you'll get the refund when the loan is paid off, because there'll be money sitting in that account that they won't any longer need to pay. If you're selling, then the buyer is going to end up paying those property taxes, and there's going to be an adjustment between the buyer and the seller for the amount of time that's left on what the seller had paid. But the buyer is going to have to pay property taxes at closing in order to get those paid, and then the seller will get that money back from their escrow account when that loan's paid off. If you're adding an equity line, it's the same as if you're doing a refinance. The county's not going to let you record those documents without paying those property taxes, so it's going to have to be part of what you do, and then you'll have to get a refund back from your mortgage company that's holding that money. So it's a little bit of a time where you just have a few different nuances that affect the property taxes. Now, if you're not doing anything with respect to the ownership or mortgaging on that property, then the property tax bill will probably come to you in the beginning of July. You need to submit that to your mortgage company. In most cases, they get it directly from the county. I personally send it to the mortgage company too to make sure that that property tax bill is paid, so there's no confusion, so they've got it. But they don't pay them until the end of September. They all send them at the very last minute, and the tax folks are inundated with all of those payments all at one time and deciphering and making sure everything gets paid to the right place. So a little bit information about property taxes. As I said, we talked about it at the Title Talk seminar. It's one of the things that came up. One of the attendees had said that was a really common question they got, so I thought it would be great for us to talk about. So if you have any additional questions, please, please, please reach out and let me know. I love talking about things that you have questions about, not just the things that I see or hear about. And I also would really appreciate it if you hit that share button. Every month, we are giving away this really cool coffee mug. It's a 20-ouncer, so if you're a coffee person, this is definitely for you. For the person who hits share the most and shares our broadcasts with the people that you know, because if you hit share, then it helps us share the information we're talking about with the people you know, because I don't know those people, and they might have questions about the things that we're talking about as well. So we had 2 winners last month. They were both shared equally amount of time. Nancy Hicks, thank you very much. And Phil Noel, thank you very much. I was able to deliver those last week. So I hope you guys are enjoying your coffee mug. And all the rest of you, hit that share button, please. If you want some more resources or information, go to www.foottitlegroup.com. There's lots of good information there. Right now, there's a piece that we've done about reasons you need a survey on the property that you're purchasing. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I love talking to you, and I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Let me know if you have any additional questions. I'm Connie Fuchsa. Thank you so much for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.